Fine. Terrifyingly powerful websites, part 6. You have already been compromised by this one. Remember those days on Facebook when that thing would go around that was like, what celebrity do you look the most like? Come to my website and approve this cute little security page and you'll know. And the security page was like, all I want to know is your publicly accessible information, like your friend list. I promise I'm not bad. Do you really think there was any web developer out there who was like, my only life goal is to figure out what celebrity this person looks like? No! All of those were so that we would give them access to our data so they could sell it to other people or use it for themselves on other apps or whatever that they were developing. Frankly, that is like the most innocuous thing they could possibly have been doing. How easy it is to set up a convincing fake Facebook login page. I'll do it right now. Uh-oh. Except, ooh, that's a little weird. But whatever, let me just put in my info. From my end, it looks like it's just prompting me again. But over here... If it seems suspicious or too stupid to be true, it is.
Security tips from Edward Snowden, aka Things Edward Snowden Does, Part 1. If you don't know who Edward Snowden is, you probably aren't following me, so hi, nice to meet you. He's a former CIA subcontractor known for leaking documents related to the NSA's mass surveillance program, currently living/hiding in Russia because the US canceled his passport on his way to Latin America. Because he is on the run from some of the biggest intelligence agencies in the world, he is a bit of an OPSEC freak. And these are some operational security tips he has for normal people. Like all of us, Edward Snowden thinks you should do this. Encrypt your phone calls and messages so if they're intercepted, they can't be deciphered. I've talked about Signal before, and that is what he recommends. Encrypt your computer's hard disk so even if it's stolen, it's unreadable. I will also mention if you plan to store anything in the cloud, there is no cloud, it's someone else's computer. But also use an encryption service to encrypt the stuff you're going to upload before you upload it. You'll also have to decrypt it on the way back down. He recommends password managers, specifically KeePassX. I personally dislike the idea of password managers, but he is a man on the run from the NSA, and I am a blonde on TikTok, so what the fuck do I know? Use two-factor authentication, and if you're really hardcore, use a YubiKey. So, who is Anonymous? Recently, the hacktivist group Anonymous has re-entered the public eye. If you haven't seen their 3-minute video or the barrage of Anon accounts and posts that came after, go see it. People are commenting saying, that's not the real Anonymous, and these people are in the quantum state of being both right and wrong, so let's unpack why. Anonymous is not one person, it's not even an organization. There is no formal structure and no formal leadership. They're a group of hackers united by mission, not membership. And while their reputation, and indeed the reality, is that they are comprised of some of the most elite hackers in the world, the true point of Anonymous is the pledge of one's abilities, whatever they may be, to the eradication of censorship and perceived injustice. So while this resurgence may or may not contain the same Anons, Anonymous is not defined by actual identities. You cannot join Anonymous, you cannot be kicked out. Being anonymous means foregoing personal notoriety to forward the power of collective action, a demonstration of the might of the many. They are anonymous because they can be everyone. They are no one because they can be you. Uh-oh, 60 seconds from now you're gonna know how to use Tor. Usual disclaimers, completely self-taught, not in any way an expert. If you know more about this than I do, please mention in the comments and please be my friend. Tor stands for The Onion Router. Onion, as in layers, you know, like Shrek. Usually when you're browsing the internet, what's actually happening is your machine is sending a request to a server. It could be for a web page or whatever it is you're trying to look at. It does that by saying, when you have the information that I want, send it to me at this IP address. The server then sends a response back to your IP address. Obviously this is not super secure, as anybody who gains access to your traffic can instantly know who you are, what you asked for, or at least where you enter Tor. As you can see, when Tor first starts up, it builds a circuit. A circuit is a series of servers called relays, each with their own encryption, that pass your request along and pass the response back. Thus, layers, like an onion. To decrypt the traffic, you would need the keys for the entire circuit, and each relay only knows about its neighbor. Therefore, looking from either end only gives you the information about the entrance and exit relays. Much safer. Tor does have insecurities, it can't protect against everything, as always do your own research, but it can also access the dark web. Lassù in montagna, oh bella ciao, bella ciao, bella ciao, 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 seppellire lassù in montagna, sotto l'ombra di un bel fior, 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 Well, I
can't sleep, so who wants to look into vulnerable internet-facing devices? Yeah, I know you do. If you watch my first showdown video, you know that it indexes these devices for you. People didn't seem to get that, like, this is the same as Google dorking, but easier and with more information. Like, oh, look, more insecure webcams. I'm shocked. So you want to check out devices in your area, you can now search by state and actually by postcode. Just do state or postal in the place you want. Damn, New York, okay. Fifth from the top is a PlayStation 4. You can also do searches for things that have known vulnerabilities. But if you don't know a vulnerability, a great one is always default password. Yikes! Bro, is this literally an entire television network with these passwords?
Hey guys, I'm going to tell you how to make a God mode folder with all the settings on your computer. First thing you do is go to your desktop, right click on it and select new folder. Then we're going to rename the folder to this. So I have my folder there, I'm going to rename it to what I typed in the notepad and hit enter. And now when we double click on it, we have every single setting in one folder for your PC. Make sure to hit the follow button for more PC tips and become a god. Do it. Hey guys, if you watch a lot of YouTube videos and are tired of seeing ads like this, maybe other ads on websites that you go to, well, you're in luck. I'm going to show you how to block all of them. First thing you do is click on the three dots on the top right, go to More Tools, and select Extensions. Then you're going to click on the top left, the three lines, and you're going to go all the way down and select Open Chrome Web Store. Then we're going to search for uBlock Origin and hit enter, and you're going to select the uBlock Origin application, then hit Add to Chrome. Add extension. Then you should be good. Now, when you refresh your page, you'll get no more ads. Damn, Linus, looking good.
Want to know if you've been hacked? You're gonna pop on down to haveibeenpwned.com. On this site, you can enter an email address, a domain name, a password. She goes and searches a bunch of known data breaches for your info so you know if you've been compromised. But Ray, aren't I not supposed to enter my email address on sketchy websites? I'm so proud of you! Let's dive into that. The site is run by Troy Hunt, Regional Director at Microsoft and known cybersecurity researcher. He has extensive documentation on how it works and also some super dope FAQs on how they keep everything secure. One of the most important of these is that the email search and the password search and the domain search are all completely separate searches, so the information is never associated. Also comes recommended by my awesome and brilliant friend Crypto the Llama, who you should follow. And he has a dope video on this, which you should watch. The site is a great scanner, but obviously it cannot protect against everything or catch every single breach. Definitely not going to keep you totally safe, but definitely a good place to start if you do get an alert. And if you do get an alert, you better change that password. Mom, go forth and unpwn yourself.
Tell me you're a hacker without telling me you're a hacker.
If you forgot your Wi-Fi password but are still connected to the network, I got the perfect trick for you. First thing you're going to do is press the Windows key and R. Then in the pop-up box, type in CMD and hit enter. Then you're going to type this into your command prompt. Just this part right here. Make sure you replace your network name with your actual network name and hit enter. Then when you scroll down, key content should show you what your Wi-Fi password is. Use this wisely. I wonder if you could try this out at school. I don't know. Hit the follow button and like. Do it. Hey guys, I'm going to teach you how to password protect a folder. First thing you want to do is right click on the folder and go to 7-zip. You can download this online if you need to and hit add to archive. Then in the encryption box, type in your password. I chose that and hit OK. That's going to create this compressed WinZip folder. From here, we can delete the original folder. Now, when someone tries to open it, it's going to ask them for a password. All we have to do is type it in, hit enter, and we got some babes. Then if we want the regular folder back, we can right click on it, go to 7-zip, and hit extract here. Then type in the password again, hit enter, and we have our original folder back, all the babes. Oh yeah. If you enjoyed this tip, hit the follow button. Do it.
So what is a VPN? VPN, or virtual private network, basically does two main things. It can shield your browsing activity from anybody who might be monitoring it on public Wi-Fi, for example, and it can make it look like you're accessing a website from a location that you aren't actually physically in. Location spoofing is helpful if you're like trying to access college campus resources but you're not on campus, or if you're trying to watch Netflix and the movie isn't in your region. But how, Ray? How? Usually when you're browsing on the internet, your computer is making requests to servers. A server being the thing that is hosting the site you're trying to visit.
But when your requests are being sent directly to a server, it's pretty easy for anybody looking at those requests to know who is sending them, you, and where you are sending them to, the website that you want to access. A VPN puts a server in the middle. You connect to that server, your traffic is encrypted, they connect to the website for you, and then send the response back. So Netflix only talks to your server, and therefore thinks your country is whatever country your server's in. A VPN means you connect to every site this way. So anybody looking can't see where you went, they just see you and one server going back and forth.
Probably illegal Google hacks. Part 1. If you Google this, it'll pull up a bunch of hidden webcams. Don't believe me? Let's check out the first result. This is in real time, and I can literally change the camera's direction.
Tell me you're a hacker without telling me you're a hacker.
I want to read this New York Times article, but I don't want to pay for an account. So I go to the URL bar, add a period after .com, and I'm in.
Welcome back to Terrifyingly Powerful Websites. This is part 4. Today, we're going to talk about Shodan. If you liked Google dorking, Shodan is about to blow your mind. Shodan, as you can see here, is a search engine for the Internet of Things. What that means is it uses a port scanner to index different IP addresses and ports so that you can search them by word or phrase. And I do mean any internet-facing device. Your printer, your webcam, your nav system on your boat could potentially all be listed on Shodan. What makes Shodan so powerful is you don't have to know any specific phrasing to do the searches for these devices, so you could literally just type webcam and you will get results. Verbose results, I might add. A good idea might be to use it as a tool to investigate your own security by looking up your own device or the manufacturers of your devices to see if they have any known vulnerabilities listed. You can literally also follow the Shodan Twitter, because they'll often tweet known vulnerabilities. Also, if you don't want to go to the webpage, you can make an account and get a command line interface. Type pip install Shodan. Then you can do things like that.